guys, it's coffee time. Oh, and I'm exhausted. I was on set all day. You know, a couple of weekends ago when I was on set for like 2 days straight, it's the same thing again. This weekend I'm on set for 2 days and I'm just like, so much going on. It was one of those mornings where I set my alarm and I woke up and went, I don't have to be up yet. So I just laid in bed until I absolutely had to get up, and then I was like, why did I do this to myself? Just like throwing on clothes. So gross. By the way, we demolished that Kickstarter. So it was at like 4,000 last night, I think, when I made my video. And as of right now, it's at almost 10,000. Oh yeah, and the goal is 12,000, so I think that this project is definitely going to happen, and I appreciate all of you, no matter how much you donated, or even if you just went and looked and then said, you know, I can't really afford this. Just looking great is awesome. I appreciate it so much. And I love that we filled up the comment section with For the Swarm, because yes. I was giggling so much. I was on set today, and every now and then I would go on the Kickstarter page and just look at the comments. It's just For the Swarm, For the Swarm, For the Swarm, all the way down. Made me so happy. It was the most hilarious thing to me ever. And I just love it. And I love all of you guys, because you're willing to go along with my silly jokes and my games. And this came in the mail. Dudes, the guy who makes these messaged me and was like, hey, do you want a bracelet? And I was like, yeah. They're like chainmail bracelets, except they stretch. Awesome. He was like, what color do you want? I was like, the green one, obviously. But it's so cool because it's like, it has the ones that aren't stretchy, and then in between it has stretchy ones. So it's able to stretch, but it looks super cool. And my wrists are tiny, and it fits my wrist totally fine. Any of you that have really small wrists like mine. Shoot! Where is... I wanted to tell you guys about this bracelet because I was like, this is so cool. Here it is. Okay. VAMbracelets.com. V-A-M bracelets. VAMbracelets.com. Dope. I don't even remember how much they were. They might be, like, exceedingly expensive. I have no idea. But all I know is I love this thing. I put it on and I was like, ooh, I am so fancy. My goodness. I'm going to be wearing this a lot. Speaking of being on set, okay. My mind just, like, connected all these things together because I'm about to talk about something else that I'm wearing. And I was talking about being on set earlier. Anyways, so on set today. So this shirt, this sweatshirt, so I wore it to set because where we were filming was really cold. It was inside. It was warm outside, but inside it was really cold. And I was like, I'm going to need a sweatshirt. So I brought this. I put it on. And we realized that this shirt is an optical illusion. You know those, like the ballerinas that when you look at them, they look like they're spinning one way, but they could look like they're spinning the other way. It all depends on, like, how you're looking at it. I love stuff like that. But anywho, so I'm wearing this sweatshirt. Jesse's getting, like, makeup done. And he keeps looking at my sweatshirt, and he was like, is that a dog? Do you have a dog on your sweatshirt? And I was like, no, it's a cat. He's like, no, I'm pretty sure I see a dog. It's like, no, it's a cat. Turns out, let's look at this for a second. Turns out, so you see the cat, right? Eyeball, mouth, whatever. Now it looks like eyeball, nose, like the muzzle of a dog. This is what he was looking at. He was like, no, I see a dog. And I was like, no, it's obviously a cat. Hilarious. We were like, oh, it's an optical illusion. Optical illusion sweatshirt. And it's super comfy and warm. So it also inspired us. We were like, you know what we should do is we should have a sweatshirt night where we all just bring a sweatshirt and we just have tons of different fabric paints and just make terrible sweatshirts. It would be amazing. So that's probably gonna happen at some point. I almost freaked out because I was sitting inside and everybody was leaving. It was like the end of the day, but I was being driven home by one of the crew. So I stayed until like the very end, until like everything was cleaned up. And I heard Warp Zone and Jesse outside, like, talking and yelling at each other and whatever else. And then I heard Davis say something like, I know you know what's going to happen. And then it got, like, muddy and I couldn't hear what he was saying. And then, oh god, I can't even remember exactly what they were saying, but I was like, am I about to hear a spoiler? If I'm about to hear a spoiler, I'm going to be really angry. So I texted Jesse this really, like, weird picture, and then I was like, if you say a spoiler where I can hear you, I'm gonna mess up your face. And he didn't get the text until way later, and he was like, what are you talking about? It's like, nothing. What are you talking about? Fortunately, it didn't say a spoiler. I was like, if I hear a spoiler right now, everything's gonna go wrong. Everyone is going to have a messed up face because I'm gonna be so upset, raging all over the place. Somehow, I don't know anything about what's going to happen in Game of Thrones. Like, even on, like, a large level. And I'm so happy for that because people that spoil things for me, not okay. So, although I've heard that this season has deviated from the books a little bit, so I'm wondering if it's deviating, like, on a large scale or on a small scale. It sounds like it's probably a small scale, but I'm still like, I don't know. Anywho, I am currently trying to draw a picture of Allie that is going better than I thought it was going to, actually. But I'm like, oh gosh, I don't know if I want her to see it. I don't know if I want her to see it because it looks wonky, and she doesn't look wonky at all. But my drawings always look wonky, so I'm like, oh no. Do I just pretend? Do I just pretend that it never happened? She's like watching this right now going, what? Anywho. So I am gonna go and continue drawing this, and I hope that you guys had an awesome day, and I will talk to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.